Okay, so our final event of the Diamond League here at Gateshead is the women's 1500 metres, and it's been left to be the final event because it will see Laura Muir, the British favourite, taking on, well, a field which, to be honest, may well be her teammates to give her the toughest competition here. We'll go through them. Erin Wallace is going to do the pace, who Laura Muir knows well. Laura Muir then, fresh from a very successful training and racing trip to the United States, where she was based in Flagstaff, and two very good 800 metres, 1:58. But Katie Snowden has also been training over there with a different group, and a 4:2.98 new personal best for Katie Snowden. Really big jump forward for her in her career. And that was last weekend in Irvine. Another one who was based in Colorado, Eilish McColgan, taking advantage of the better weather and altitude. Adelle Tracey having a wonderful season. And then Arafi, who, and let's just say that this was the meeting that was meant to be in Rabat, and the Moroccan won on home soil in 2019 when we were last there. So good to see her here in Gateshead. Guerrero, Nanyondo, watch out for her as well. Winnie Nanyondo, the just missed out on a medal in the 800 metres in Doha, and will undoubtedly be a bit of a threat here. Might be down to the pace. Laura Muir's asked for around about 2:08, fairly even paced, aiming for around about 4 minutes. 64 laps gives you 4 minutes. Women's 1500 metres underway then. All eyes will be on the diminutive Scot, but as I said, plenty of others who will be thinking, yeah, in these conditions today, I wonder if we can give Laura something to think about. And how will she run the race? Well, she's slotted in, waiting for the pacemaker to get there, and Wallace is on the outside wearing the yellow. And Nanyondo and Laura Muir have got on with it without her. She's actually, maybe her training partner has said, no, don't bother about the pace. Here she comes, taking her time to get to the front.
Yeah, no rush. Got just over 3 laps to go. But Steve, I think Laura would have looked at perhaps one or two of the results, the 1500 and the 5000, and seen the times were pretty good. And actually, as the rain's got heavier over this second hour of this meeting, so the wind has eased off a little bit, I think. Just looking at the trees around the back straight, there isn't a great deal of movement. So I suspect that actually the wind down the home straight and in their faces and up the back straight as they go into it now behind them isn't particularly strong. So the opportunity is there to run pretty quick, I think. We'll ask them after the race, of course, but it's moving along at a reasonable clip. 65 there, a little slower than she wanted.
Yeah, and Eilish McColgan will never want it too slow. Eilish is be going at the 10,000, the 5,000, got options there, but has already run 4:3 at 1500 metres. A bit of speed work for Eilish here, and she prefers it a harder pace. And I suspect that when Erin Wallace steps aside, Eilish won't be too shy about taking this on. Laura Muir's realising that, slotted in behind her. Nanyondo just behind. Katie Snowden just moving up with Guerrero on the inside. Adelle Tracey just trying to find a little bit of room further back as well. So Wallace coming around with 2 laps to go, as Tim said, a little slowish. but the conditions slowing everything down tonight. 65, and a bit of a gap now. Eilish McColgan's just letting Wallace move away. It's the two Scots effectively leading the race in second and third. Yes.
Eilish McColgan knows she can't outkick Laura Muir here. She's got to make every metre count. She's pushing on strongly. 2:09 at 800, 64.3. So that lap about a second quicker than the first. There's still an opportunity here to get that elusive stadium record of Chris Cahill from back in 1984, just outside 4 minutes. 600 metres to run. It's down to Eilish McColgan here, Steve, really, to keep pushing hard, maintain the pressure on Laura Muir. But doesn't she look comfortable, Laura?
She looks very comfortable, as you'd expect. Nanyondo, a bit of a gap now to her and Katie Snowden and Rafi Guerrero. But it's McColgan and Muir looking as though she's just waiting, really wants to just put on a show on the last lap as Rafi gets a little bit closer. And there she goes, steps past Eilish McColgan, takes the bell in 3-1, and Laura Muir's away and gone. And with the 800-metre pace that she has, Rafi can run quick as well, but Laura Muir's immediately put 3-4 metres between herself and the rest of the field. That turns into 5 or 6 as they head into the back straight. 3:16 and 67 lap there. Now she can open up, now she can show what she can do. Katie Snowden moves into third place, a long way distant behind. Rafi just starts to look a little bit tired now, but Laura Muir looks comfortable. 200 metres to go. She'll have to contend with the wind, but nothing else in the home straight. The victory is going to be hers, and she knows there'll be tougher tests on other days this season as she heads towards the Olympic Games. Still, we don't know yet whether Laura's going to do both events, but every time you see her in the 1500, still looks like her best event, doesn't it? And she's showing it again here today. Look at the distance she's put between herself and the others. Absolutely miles ahead on the track and in stature in the women's 1500 metres. Laura Muir wins 4-3. Rafi takes second. Katie Snowden comes through for third. And then the others fighting after that for the lesser places. But goodness me, big last lap. 62, Tim, didn't I say, I think 3-1 at the bell, round about that? Yes, you're confirming that. Against the wind as well in the home straight. Very impressive once more from Laura Muir.
That was a great workout for Laura, wasn't it? Because that is the sort of race she will come up against in the qualifying at the Olympic Games. You know, relatively slow first 2.5, maybe 3 laps, and then a big burn up on the final circuit. Her last lap was only 62.3. I say only because she kicked so hard halfway down the home straight approaching the bell. I suspect her 300 metres before the 200 metres to go point was very fast indeed, and she did suffer a little bit down the home straight. I was hoping she might get close to 60 for that final circuit, but we know she's in great form. A couple of sub-2.800s in the last couple of weeks, and the winning margin there, Steve, says a great deal. I mean, the good athletes behind her were way back. She's won it by 4 seconds exactly.
Yeah, I said, Tim, you know, I mean, she's had a great, you know, she had a little bit of a dabble indoors. I don't know if you saw the race. She opened up in Eugene with a 1500, which went out really hard and then kind of didn't quite finish in the way she normally would. Very different here today, as you said. And I think these, as you said, these are the best races for mimicking what you get in the championships. So despite the rain, despite the wind, good workout for Laura Muir, and she'll be happy to look forward to, I'm sure, some warmer and faster races as the season goes on, both at 8 and 1500 metres. But a win on this track, one which she'll remember, hasn't been here since 2011 when she was a schoolgirl.
Well, a baptism of wind, rain and cold temperatures really to kick off the Diamond League season, but it's gone swimmingly well considering, if you'll forgive the pun.
4-3 the winning time for Laura Muir. Rafi, season's best, 4:7.73. Katie Snowden, as I said, got third, ahead of Healy, who finished well, the Irish athlete with the season's best in 4th place. The fantastic British women, but the performance of the day was a personal best.